boobs or whatever. I would say 12 female Texas muscular legs. Because I was a swimmer. My legs, I
I've never heard of anyone adding anything
past after the L.
I never they didn't ask about my legs, so I didn't tell them about my legs. Like
people were describing parts of their body. Like I was 12.
I guess that never made it to California. I don't
know. That never happened in my Inuyasha Neopets guild I was a member of.
Well,
no, I was on a thing called the chat pit.
Oh, that does not sound good.
That sounds very bad.
The
Yeah.
chat bit?
Not
This,
Oh
we're,
my God.
we're right
That-
here. Right now, this is a funny story still. We're
Yeah,
right on the
right.
precipice, Lauren.
The chat pit sounds like the one place where if you die online, you die in real life.
The Fellowship stands at the edge of a knife, scrape a little, and it will fail.
That's... hi everyone, welcome to Topflight. This is a lighthearted
God.
superhero RPG. I believe that when we went live, you heard the word boobs. My name is Philip. I'm the publisher of this game. Publisher? What a weird term. Oh, I get it, because it's a comic book based superhero game, so therefore it's like you're the publisher instead of the game master. How clever, you guys. Yeah, that's right. My name's Philip. I am running this game. We have some wonderful players here. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
That was
Hello, players.
very good.
That's a joke that's never told.
I think it's a joke that is so good it never gets old, except for the many times it gets really old. How's everyone doing this evening? I know we've been chatting for a while about our age, sex, and location.
And muscular legs.
Now, do they say I'm sure no one says that anymore.
People avoided me.
I do.
No, that's
Do
why
they
this
still?
isn't a
But do
bad
people
story.
in chat? I mean, I guess there's no chat anymore.
There's
but,
no
like,
chat.
Is ASL still a thing?
I don't think so.
And now it's
No,
American
because
Sign
there's so
Language.
much geolocating now that you
Well,
just
but
know
no,
where
like,
someone
yeah,
is.
Also,
on apps,
wouldn't
it
it
says
be-
your age, sex, and location?
Also, nowadays, wouldn't it be AGL? Wouldn't that be a more appropriate?
That's,
Well, they're two
that
different
is true.
things.
Exactly, but no one really was asking S back then. They were asking your G. Don't know why I'm continuing to abbreviate, but I am.
Because you're not a robot.
It's
Philip.
throwing off the robots. They'll never pick it up.
Never.
Oh my goodness. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to God knows what this is. We're going to be playing some lighthearted superhero fun this evening. And I guess, because I've been told not to like double plug on this show and just to say all our upcoming stuff afterwards, I guess that means we'll just get in right into it because you don't want to double plug. Okay.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
I would agree
Did
with that
she?
statement.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I do not think you want to double plug.
What if
I mean,
she
if
said,
you're into it, sure, but
at the risk of but what about a
some
situation
serious
where she's like
elasticity necessary.
she's like I'm gonna you're like you don't want to double plug, she's like yeah don't, and then you're like okay we've plugged, and then she says okay yeah maybe you should double plug. That's what you don't want to hear. Anyway, everybody, let's talk about some prologue options for our players to vote
What
on.
we're actually doing tonight.
What we're actually doing tonight, and we'll kind of get into where the character. Oh, I guess we should kind of get back to that. So basically, we are, I think, 4 issues into Rescue Red, and 1 issue into Rescue Red after Red said, "Don't rescue me, save the world," and you guys were like, "No, we can't lose anyone else. We are heroes. We can do both," and all sorts of other very sweet sentiments. So Shinobi Red did explain if you want to rescue her and recover her heart that was removed from her body, all you have to do is go to Yomitsukuni, the world of darkness, and recover it from some stronghold.
if Shinobi didn't want this, she really should have made sure she had that DNR set up.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tricky thing because once you guys are in there, based on how well you do, it'll be next session or one after that. The one that is basically just like when you guys just read all the books and it'll just be a library session. Some games are notorious for shopping sessions. Ours will just be library sessions. But yes, when you go through that, you will learn that it's not that easy. The DNR wouldn't have helped. So the group has decided to enter the world of darkness. They found the Killing Stone, which was held by a young lady who's never been sort of like tied into anything. Her name is Whisper. Don't worry about her. And a trade was negotiated. She got something she wanted, the shades of Kid Cool, and she was told that if you help us on our little mission to the world of darkness, we're even going to give you those 7 bags of herbs that come with those shades.
There's secret herbs and spices.
Secret herbs. I don't know any of them are spices, so for legal reasons, I'm not going to say that. But
And I guess because they're all separated, they're not a blend.
that is also true. One could make a blend from it, but that is up to
Right.
them. But yes, so effectively, so the group is ready here to try to seek out the heart of Shinobi Red. Should be easy. You made it to the world of darkness. Armament got super scared, understandably. It is the world of darkness. Then the team also got Nightheart, the world's second or third greatest ninja, depending on how you're currently viewing the rankings. And she agreed to sort of come in with you. Having now arrived, she took the stone back, and she has gone off on some other business, implying that, as one could probably predict, she did not come here for red, she came here for something else. In the meantime, you are here with Whisper and her very uncertain power set, though she does have those shades that you have given her, and you are in a world of darkness. Before we see what you do there, however, we are going to have a prologue. So, you have two options for where you want these prologues to take place. Would you like to see what's going on in a graveyard or hell?
Do we know where is the graveyard in Witch Haven, Massachusetts?
The graveyard is not
The
in
graveyard
which
in hell.
the graveyard is not in hell. Actually, I can be a little bit more clarifying. The graveyard is just outside Alpha City, and in hell it is in the city of Malakoda, which is appropriate because that's the song that plays before as the pre-stream music for this game. In fact. So,
Graveyard.
votes for graveyard, that's 1 this week, and hell is 2. We have 1 vote for a graveyard.
I'm going to vote for hell right now just because we have 1 for graveyard.
Okay, so we are tied.
The worst. Quick question.
You guys ask so many questions about these. They're just sort of supposed to be
Yes.
like, yeah, respond. Yeah.
Well,
No,
oh
no, no.
well.
The other thing is like,
Oh,
none
well.
of it is actionable, right? Like we could get whatever information we want, and none of it's actionable.
That's
for
true.
us.
Yeah, it's fair.
We're not in hell, right? It's just like
You are not in hell. Yes, that is correct.
okay.
I mean, one might argue that working for a corporation like Flight Infinity is in hell, but that's a different thing.
Well, we're the
altogether.
board, so probably not.
I vote graveyard.
2
Other
for grave.
question.
Go ahead.
Is this the same graveyard for the superheroes, or?
I
It is
vote
not.
hell.
It is not that graveyard. Oh, and guess what just happened to you, Portals? I am so sorry, Teleportia.
No!
It is 2-2. 2 for hell, 2 for graveyard.
It's finally happened.
Yeah, you've been outgunned.
Graveyard.
Graveyard. Very interesting. You guys made the wrong choice in terms of.
Oh.
This is why you ask questions, because you say bullshit like that after.
I was probably going to say it regardless of what you picked.
Regardless, but that's why.
except
If
this
plants the
week
seed
you-
of doubt,
except
you
this week-
manipulative fuck.
You really picked wrong.
Ugh.
I tried to give you the hint. Okay, so a graveyard outside Alpha City. Night is falling. A figure stands. Not at any grave in particular, but sort of looking over on a little crested hill, looking at all of them. The figure wears a black cloak, one that was returned to the world a couple weeks ago. He's a tall man of average build, kind of sandy blonde hair. As he grows accustomed to the cloak of the grave, it has given him new abilities, new senses, new perceptions. So that's why he knows someone is watching him and sort of says, "I've been waiting for you, Miss Temple." Tatiana walks up. Well, and I've been waiting for you, I think. Mr. Leiter, is it? Yes, that is my name. Do you have anything to tell me, or are you going to be another thorn in my side? Edward sighs, or rather, Ghost Man sighs softly. I'm not going to be a thorn in anyone's side. Death is coming. Oh, well, that's wonderful. That's perfect. Yes. And my place is by your side. Oh, goody. This is turning out better than I thought. Shall we? Yes. And he goes with her. Moments later, they disappear. to some mountain retreat where Tatiana Temple puts the finishing touches on a plan that she's about to set in motion. Meanwhile, in the world of darkness. You guys, what's up? What are you up to?
We were
Sad.
walking towards a
Going down the yellow brick road.
No, just hanging out.
I forget
Purgatory.
the term for a shogun, right? For the no, the
Daimyo?
castle, the sort of like palace. We're we walking towards one.
You see, one has been pointed out to you in the distance, yes.
Yeah, I believe that's where we were headed. Whilst we let the ninja with our way out vanish.
I will say, just because that was sort of like an ending beat, and oftentimes in comic books and movies and such, things are immediately undercut. She's quick, she's stealthy, we will say that she immediately has left. So if you guys do want to try to not let her leave and go after her, that is entirely still available to you, but the window for that is closing because she's very sneaky.
It's very sneaky.
Oh man, the track that's currently playing, this is the Hell song. This is Malakota. I'm gonna skip this because it feels wrong since we didn't go to Hell. All right, there we go.
Oh, we didn't go to hell.
Sorry.
Much as I feel like I'm the only person who would interject, I am not particularly perceptive nor particularly fast. So I feel like I'll just sort of accept what's going on.
Whisper.
I don't know that Lumen would stop her necessarily either.
I think Whisper will actually voice so we really are just letting her go.
I can send a formation after her. Okay, fine. And she splits into two, and one flies after the ninja.
Very good. Make I can't remember all the things. Does this game have tracking? If not, make a survival check.
I believe so.
Sorry.
Unless
that was
there's
loud.
tracking, in which
It is
case
survival.
slash tracking.
make a survival tracking check.
I forgot to open my sheet. Hold on.
Well, that is not my problem.
16.
16. Okay.
18.
18. Okay, yeah. In fact, you are sort of just as she's kind of like running down a thing. Since you're flying, this is especially helpful. She will sort of pause and look up at you. Is there something I didn't make clear?
Well, you're leaving with the key out of purgatory, so we're just trying to, make sure
Oh.
everything's okay on the up and up.
Well, you could always. I mean, I'll come back. You can always go and find a living stone if you want.
There's more.
Well, this is a killing stone, but you can also use a living stone to get out of the world of darkness.
Wait, where? How?
I don't want to be here too long, and I assume you don't either. So maybe you should go and do what you're trying to do. Otherwise, you can all come with me and do what I'm trying to do, but it's not the mission you set for yourselves.
How do I find a living stone?
I don't know where any of them are.
What do they look like?
She kind of pulls out the killing stone, the Seshoseki, I think it's called. The Seshoseki, and says, like this, but nice.
What does that mean? What,
Do you get a bad vibe off of this stone?
I don't know. Do I?
I mean, it looks like the kind of thing that would be powering like an evil thing in a fantasy novel, sure.
Okay, I mean that looks like something that would be powering an evil thing in a fantasy novel. Sure.
Exactly. So find the thing that the good guys would be using to put it in fantasy terms.
Okay.
If you're afraid of being left here and you wish to come with me, you are welcome to, but I'm not going to that temple.
You don't have to. I will go with you.
Very well.
This is a formation, by the way. It's not
Understood.
V.
Yes. So a formation is going to go with.
Same thing though, right?
V doesn't die as easily.
Except for hit points, yes.
Oh, okay.
Philip, are
Yo.
these the Sankara stones?
I don't know what that is.
It's the stones from Temple of Doom.
Oh man, it's not. No, but that's fun. The Seshoseki is actually a thing from mythology. Sadly, no, but that would be all right. Note to self: do a whole Temple of Doom themed Kalima.
Also, V told them about the living stone.
So
she's
V
still
will.
with the group.
So basically, back with the group, V is translating this as now Nightheart and a formation rush off. Okay.
Well, at least there's a plan B. That's always good to have.
Assuming she was telling the truth.
I don't really think she's lied to us yet, come to think of it.
Well,
Well, I guess I've only really known her for 15 minutes at this point, so.
The jury's still out.
wait,
Well,
can we still contact Synth from here? Or is there...
Give it a shot.
Okay, I'm going to try to call Synth.
There is no service.
Damn it.
Do any of you have the spell sending?
Lumen might, right?
Not a healing spell.
She does. She
Oh,
only has
only
healing
healing
spells.
spells.
Yeah, sorry.
So unfortunately,
Unless you let me have the punch force where I can punch so hard I rip a hole in space.
or maybe not even that hard. If you could punch hard enough that you could deliver a message in Morse code by shaking space.
Yeah.
Well, at some point, Teleportia's gonna get strong enough that her portals are basically the gate spell.
Yeah.
That is true. Yes, inevitably you will be able. Oh, that's a fun upgrade actually. Portals to different dimensions. That's If you want to burn a lot of points on your next upgrade thing, you should definitely. That's great.
Very tempting.
Okay. So
Do you want that, or do you want to counter it like a?
I still want the counterattack.
but sort of. So Whisper seems satisfied by the information that the formation got, just as far as like we're not just letting this happen. Okay, cool.
Well,
Yeah, we have our own stuff to worry about here. I think we should.
and I guess we go
Go.
to the nearest building and start asking questions.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's what...
So, do we have a direction we're going?
Yes. Nightheart pointed to kind of like a large fortress in the distance.
Right. I'm just gonna fly. I just want to fly up a little bit in the air to see if that gives me a better vantage point of the surrounding area. If there's any.
So the answer to this is yes and no. You do start to get a better vantage point, but once you get to about like 60 feet up or so, kind of once you're getting, or even maybe a little higher than that, like once you're kind of getting up to like the tree line level, you guys are in more of a clearing, but there's a forest kind of in one direction that you can see. Once you get up there, the winds become incredibly choppy.
Interesting.
And you're not sure that you couldn't fly in it, but you feel like it's like it feels unnatural and it feels like oppressive.
So I guess that does. I guess that brings up an interesting question. Like, with this like thing that's embedded in me, how do you have an idea, even if I don't know how specifically I can fly? Like, what allows me to fly?
You certainly have yours is just kind of like a general hover. You don't have wings flapping, so it is kind of just a lift. Some kind of. But basically, when you're up there, you are being buffeted so much that whatever kind of directional stuff you have seems to be pretty intense around like maybe like 70 feet. Seems to depend a bit, but there's you.
But I mean, yeah. I would say even like, is it like some like built-in like anti-gravity like exact like mechanism of it, like, or is it like it reduces my density relative to
No,
the
it seems
environment?
to be an anti-gravity. It seems to be there's no propulsive thrust, but it seems to just be like when you want to go up a little bit, the whole thing goes up. Why don't you make like a science check? I guess science cosmos, however it's listed.
Oh,
there.
it's only a 10, so I don't know.
You've thought on this a few times, and you're not really sure about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll go back down and say, well, let's maybe we should proceed.
All right. Who's going to take the lead here? Who's going to be our sort of our trailblazer?
It's dark, right?
It is uncomfortable. It's not like full night. It's probably like dim light. It seems like this place is in like a constant state of an unpleasant sort of twilight and a lot of kind of gray clouds and sort of
Lumen
stuff
will
like that.
be Rudolph.
A big light in the start. Okay.
And I'll follow like next to her, if not like a little behind.
Okay. Lumen, go ahead and make a survival tracking check then.
Eesh. Oh, that's not bad. 18.
18. Yeah, it's not bad. You begin leading the group. You do see that there is like not terribly far from where you were. There's a pretty clear like road. Looks like the kind of thing that could even support like wagons and horses and such. And so you could go to that. I mean, you guys are all pretty kind of rough and tumble, so you don't need to go on the road. But up ahead, you're going to start kind of crossing into more like foresty terrain, so it might slow you to not be on the road. You also do see, as you've kind of gone a few minutes, you see a path diverging from the road. This one is well blazed, but it is it's like much smaller, narrower. You don't think any horses are going on this, and it leads directly into the dark woods to the side. Bless you.
Muted. We didn't hear anything.
Oh, we didn't hear it, but I'm still going to say bless you because I saw it.
I know, but the
That
way
looks
she's
painful.
reacting is like we heard
That
it.
looks painful.
You're still muted.
You're still muted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My box lit up. Like I was talking when I sneezed.
Hey now,
It'll-
hold
it'll
on.
do that-
Hey,
it'll do
family
that later.
show. Come on. Hey, yeah. Whoa. Hold on, ladies.
It's a weird thing
please.
happens when I sneeze. I don't want to talk about it.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Effect of the splitting. It's a side effect of however V got her powers.
Yeah. Whenever she...
More.
boy. There we go. Merry Christmas. So, in any case, so V, Jesus Christ, to hell and back again. Lumen, you see a large road and kind of about, like 300 feet ahead of where you are, you see sort of a narrow path diverting from it off into the wood. With an 18, they both seem to be roughly going in the direction you're going. You can't see far enough ahead to know if one is gonna like greatly divert.
Well, Lumen would instinctively go through the path, not in the dark forest.
Mm-hmm.
But if people would rather do the forest thing, she'll go that way, but she will not be happy about it.
Nah, to the forest.
Wait,
I mean, if we don't have a reason to go one way or the other, we might as well just go whichever way seems better right now.
Fair enough. The forest certainly seems more on point.
Well,
Wait, hold on. When I'm Whisper, I gotta do this. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
no.
no.
Hey.
I suppose we did bring Whisper along for their knowledge of what we're doing, as it is more than what we have. So perhaps it is through the forest.
What do you think, V?
Sure, forest sounds great.
Dustin seems to put so much value on your opinion. He clearly trusts you,
Well,
helping you get these powers, so I'm so curious what it is you bring to the table.
a lot. And she just like turns on her heel and walks forward.
Lumen will be like, she She can split herself multiple times. That's what she means by a lot. There are a lot of her at any given moment.
I dig. She'll go off
How?
into the woods. It means when you wear shades like these, you start to say cooler phrases. Instead of understand, you say, I dig.
Oh,
And if something's going well, Lumen, you say, it's copacetic.
oh, interesting. Are you aware of the zig-a-zig-ah cultural greeting?
That is not my scene, Daddy-o.
I have not fathered a child.
She'll give you, she'll do one of these. She'll give you one of these. Okay. She will go off after V.
I'll follow.
I like how 3 people were like, let's not go in the forest, and then the NPC says, let's do it, and now you guys are going in the forest.
Lumen won't argue, but she will not smile while in here.
I will
Understood.
be walking with my arms crossed,
Okay.
pouting.
Didn't you ask for the forest?
No, I said no.
Oh.
I said no. That sounds like a trap. I don't want to be stumped.
So, you guys go into the dark forest, and you go about 30, 40 feet in, and you feel the temperature drop to it's like 40 degrees in here. It is extremely dark. You really are only seeing by the light of Lumen's light. And as you go through, you hear sort of the
Does it
wind.
feel like magical cold?
Oh, why don't you make an Arcana check?
I will roll down my sleeves.
Oh, I see what we're doing here. Okay, yeah.
Oh, 34.
Everything about this place seems a little on the mystic side, but
Sorry, that was mathematically impossible. 28.
hold on.
Just math wrong. I got a 16 on the die. I got it plus 12, and then I said 34, and then as I said that, I was like, that's can't be. No, it's the wrong number. I'm not a math person.
It's fine.
I struggle with 7 plus 5 very frequently. I always say 13.
You can't add 7 to 5. They're both odd.
So my brain says 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't struggle with that. Just don't do it. If somebody says 7 plus 5, your response is fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
Calculator.
It's 12.
16 plus 12, 28. Yes, I know it's 12 now, but it took 28 years to figure that out. So
We're all real bad at math here, except for
Mhm.
Philip
Yes.
and Pierce, probably.
I'm good at math that involves weight increments that you can find in plates that go on a barbell.
I'll phrase it like this. Was I in BC calculus in high school?
Oh my gosh.
You know what? That is a pretty integral question.
Now,
That's right. See it? It was real good.
What's the
being
cold like? What is the
irrational
cold like
at
in
the
this
moment.
Oh, yeah.
godforsaken forest?
Yeah. The cold in the forest, even now with a 34, you would have known, but with a 28.
shut the
Nothing.
fuck up.
With a 28, everything in this place seems a little bit touched with mysticism. This certainly seems more like a realm that you're from. It seems more like Valo, in the sense that it's not really a world of science, but it does not seem to you that this is a magically chilled area. You think that just kind of stepping in here, whatever light is generated out there, doesn't penetrate the thick forest overhead.
All right.
The wind in here is kind of muffled, but occasionally you hear these sort of eerie whistles, kind of just as trees rustle, and you also hear the odd scampering here and there. With your impressive perception, what would you're at 18, 22? What is your passive armament?
Yeah, 22.
I will say that you notice that there are sort of small, kind of foxes, birds, animals moving around the forest here. What is a little odd is that every third or fourth one, again, kind of like almost like you blink and you miss it, kind of trying to peer into this darkness. Seems like maybe it's like a skeleton. It doesn't necessarily seem all there. Some of the local fauna seems to be dead. But as you sort of continue along this path, Lumen, why don't you make us another survival check, survival tracking?
Survival.
Mm-hmm.
It's 12 this time. It's
okay.
Not as...
It is. You are not in your element. You're not in the kind of area you're most comfortable, and it's very oppressive here. And so your pace is sort of slowing a bit, and there's even times where you're like, wait, oh no, that's the path. Oh wait, yeah, that's the path. Was that a thing? No, that's just, so it's kind of taking a little more time. But after you've been at this for a little while, you all hear a deep, sort of laughing, cruel voice, seemingly coming from all around you. Do any of your characters speak Japanese? I think we did decide that Teleportia might, because of doesn't actually speak Japanese.
No, she speaks weeb Japanese.
Yeah,
I
she
think.
Understood.
speaks Japanese.
Understood. Yeah. So you don't understand, but you kind of still hear this. And a few words are said in Japanese that none of you know.
And this is coming from all around us. We can't pinpoint a location.
Make a perception check.
Jesus Christ, that's a natural 1, so 13.
You can't. It seems like it's kind of like, if anything, you'd guess it's like below you or overhead or something. You're like, there must be a speaker system. You're not sure.
19?
19, yeah, it's still within 19. You kind of cannot pinpoint where it's from. But sort of this voice, after a few moments, will say, you do not speak the tongue of the others. How interesting. Why have you come here? Are you lost?
I believe we're right where we want to be.
Oh. Many people are lost in these wood. Poor, sad souls. Scared, terrified, mad, and dead.
Well, hopefully we're none of those. May we know to whom we're speaking?
I am the forest. And you are going to be afraid.
Oh, why?
Drifts away.
Oh,
Okay.
compelling argument, actually.
Well, this is riveting. We should
Well.
go on in what whisper?
Nothing. That was weird, but very on point for where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I guess we just continue wandering through the forest in search of our goal.
I will try harder to make the trip as less painful as possible. Not that you will actually experience any pain, though I cannot promise you won't.
Oh, well, thank you, Lumen. I was
You are
not trying
welcome.
to slight you. I just sort of,
I
in
did
general,
not think
we
you
don't.
were.
Oh, good.
Only someone full of darkness would do that to someone trying their hardest.
I wish I had your outlook on life, Lumen.
We all do.
We can start the teachings after this trip.
Armament. as you guys kind of are seemingly about to get back on the path here, to your right, you hear a voice kind of like crying. Seems like a child. It seems at some distance, and you're kind of just hearing it on the edge of your perception.
Everyone, I hear it would sound like something small crying.
Like a child or an animal?
Could be a child, could be an animal. I am concerned that it's a trap.
This seems like, yeah,
Something
this
that lures
seems like
off
a
the path.
horror situation. You don't go after crying children in the woods in a horror situation.
It is definitely a child. It's speaking Japanese.
Do you understand any Japanese, Whisper?
Hi.
Hello. Though I believe we already did the introductions. Do you need a refresher?
Oh,
She said yes.
he says he is sinking into the ground.
Oh.
That sounds like a ghost. I've seen some movies
Well,
about.
That sounds like something we have to go look into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a detour that we may not want to take. But
I doubt you can save him. Sorry.
where are your sunglasses?
I doubt that you can save him. If he's even real. We should carry on.
Whisper. The thing is that we have to try, and we can't assume. You dig?
Copacetic Daddy-O.
This is. And I mean, I just want to state that most things here are probably dead.
Correct.
Our mission is to save Shinobi, who is
We're
alive.
already running on borrowed time here.
Aren't we already in the land of the dead?
Yes. Yes.
Land of darkness.
It's the world of the dead. It's the world of darkness. It has some shades of afterlife, but it is not explicitly a dead world. It's kind of like roll up the Elysian fields, but scary. But it's also like some Olympus. It's kind of it's a lot of just not mortals there, but not necessarily only the dead.
We have to at least see.
I disagree. I think that will end badly, and I think it'll. We need to get
We're
Shinobi's
here
heart.
to save someone who asked us not to save someone. You want to pass off someone who is asking for help.
They're already dead if they're here.
While we're debating this, I'm going to.
We have literally only met one.
Excellent.
We are all alive in here.
The journeyer, by the way, discovers about. Actually, use your stats for it, but go ahead and do a survival check. Let's see how well the journeyer can kind of go through the trees and the such and follow the sound.
That's a 4.
A 4. The journeyer doesn't get too far before it kind of like seems to have lost the sound, but you are still hearing it.
Can any of us hear it at this point, or just
I'll
him?
say at this point, anyone with a perception factor of 2 or higher. So I think Lumen can hear it now too. And Teleportia, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it then.
And you know what? I'll even say at this point, you're probably getting like the faintest like ah.
It's like a kid just running back and forth.
Whoa. He was falling off that time.
I thought he was drowning.
A lot of stuff's happening over here. It's been
Oh my god. I can't take.
Oh my god, it's a clown now. Jesus fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe we should take a vote. Who wants to go see the possibly dead child? Ooh.
Yeah, I vote we go find the possibly alive child.
Well,
The glass is half alive, half dead.
wants to see
Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's child.
child.
Schrodinger's kid? Yeah, exactly.
If we do not help those that ask us for help, we cannot call ourselves heroes.
We also can't save everyone.
It is literally
Disagree.
our job to try.
Try. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know all about that, don't you, Findon?
I've been made very well aware recently.
Okay.
Right, where to
I
go?
will
Let's go
try.
now.
Lead the way, Findon. This is your mission.
Oh, I don't really hear it.
I will lead the way.
Thank you, Armin.
Very well, Armin. So go ahead and make another survival check for me there.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm going to throw my hero D12 on top of that.
Is any of us proficient in survival?
I rolled a 1
Yes.
on that
I am.
D12.
Yes.
Nice.
Yikes.
So that's a 9.
Findon, if you would like to have retroactively helped him, because apparently you were asked to go and you said you can't hear it, but between Armament hearing and you being proficient,
Yeah,
why don't so
I can-
Armament, you make the check again. He's assisting you. You're the one doing it, but you have advantage because he's proficient.
Cool.
could help too.
So before that was a 9, now that's an 11.
Never forget. Okay, so in that case, as you guys as you guys carry on through the woods, eventually you all are hearing it, but it kind of goes in and out of of clarity. But the thing that also starts happening here is that you're hearing that sort of scarier voice at times as well. You're hearing that as if it's talking to the child.
Can we hear them at the same time, or is it like you can only hear one going?
No, like you hear the child calling out and it sounds like the cadence of a question. And then you hear an answer and the child almost whimpers.
Can we have Whisper translate that to us?
That's what I mean. Like we can't. We're not hearing them both at the same time.
Yes, you're not hearing them at the same time. No, it's they're not talking over each other. There seems to be back and forth. Whisper says, "The child is asking why this one is doing this. The child is asking why the monster is torturing it. The monster says that is its nature, and to shut up. Why are you laughing, V? I thought you were a hero.
Oh, B is not laughing.
Now the child is asking for its parents. The monster is saying they are already dead. And so soon will be those who come for you. The child is simply crying." You didn't need that translation. The child is definitely just crying now. However, enough time has passed here, as you've kind of heard this, that you eventually do kind of come to a small break in the trees, and Lumen, your light is shining, unless you're turning it off before you approach. But your sort of light is kind of just lighting up this area.
I mean, were we running at this, or were we stealthily coming here?
No one said so. I'm just assuming you were moving at a normal pace.
That would be what my intention would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say that as you all kind of made your way through, what you see is a large clearing, and at the far side of it, your light just barely illuminating, you see a small form, a little boy submerged in the sort of kind of dark earth, kind of up to about here with one arm stuck up, and is kind of seeming to be clinging to a vine coming down from one of the many trees overhanging this area. Between you and the child, it is just earth, just dark, and he's about 40-50 feet away. And he begins calling out for help. Kind of, blinking against the light. You don't see anyone else there.
Portia, perhaps this job is best suited for you.
Yeah. Can I make a portal right next to him?
You can.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Let me see if I can send a formation to fly over. We might not want to make contact with any ground between us and the sinking child.
Teleportia's making a portal, so that wouldn't have contact either, but sure. So you're sending a formation to fly over.
Yeah, she splits into one more formation and she flies over.
Okay. And there's a just small child kind of looking up in like confusion and at this flying, brightly dressed woman coming out of the darkness. But it is struggling, and you see it does seem like the kid is like sinking. Seems to be in some sort of, Dan is thinking about something right now. And what Dan is thinking is Philip going to do the same thing twice? That's what he's thinking.
Probably. I'm
going to tell you guys a story. This is out of game, so you don't know this. But
just save for afterwards.
Okay, yeah, well, fine. Oh, but I want to make the decision rough. I'm going to tell him now. So one time in a game that Dan and Pierce were in, was a very similar situation. They came upon a person shouting for help in a bog like this. And as they
Was I just DMing Pierce about this? Yes.
As they started pulling the person out, they realized that the body didn't stop. And you know those fish that have like a little light on the end of their head? Like those like anglerfish? Yeah. So it's an anglerfish, but rather than that, it's a lure fish that basically just has like a screaming person on top of it who's kind of been sewed onto it.
Super cool.
To attract people. So that being said, that's the kind of stuff I do. Okay,
well,
so
since we're taking we're breaking for a moment, I just want to say welcome to all the people who just joined in. Thank you, RPGs Anonymous, for raiding and bringing your community here. We're in the middle of our super homebrewed superhero RPG, and we are sort of kind of in a demi-plane of dread, dealing with, as you can see, some very dark things.
What's raiding mean? What's happening? Yes, welcome. Thank you. Glad to have. Yes, please. So what are you guys going to do? Knowing that that's the kind of stuff I do. A formation is over there.
A formation is flying toward the child, and she reaches the child, and I would like to do.
Reaching up.
Okay, but can I do an insight check
to
see?
Absolutely may do an insight check.
Would it be insight or investigation?
Does it look like it is in a bog at the moment?
Yes, it looks like the ground is kind of like you whoever said, either we'll use a portal or we'll fly. Findun, you even just don't feel like you want to walk into that bog. Yeah, that feels like a bad thing.
It's so definitely the same thing.
14.
14. The child seems genuinely terrified and desperate for you to save him. Even not speaking Japanese, you were certain that is the case.
The formation's gonna look back at V and then glare at Findon and reach to grab the child's hand.
All right.
Sorry I made you save a child, V.
You reach down.
That remains to be seen.
You grab the child's hand, and the child begins trying to pull up. Are you going to try to pull this kid out of the mire?
Yes.
You will need to make an athletics check.
Oh, thank goodness it's not me.
16.
With a 16, do you want to add a hero point to that?
Sure.
Oh, man.
What are you putting on? What size?
Boy.
D6.
Okay.
And I got a 4.
That gets you to a 20.
Yes.
So that is actually what you needed. So well rolled. So as you sort of begin pulling, this kid is like in there, but you do start raising the kid up kind of to the waist, and then you see these two churning legs kind of like kicking and trying to pull out, and you eventually, kind of the rest of you watching this from the side, just as you see the kid emerging from this dark spot, everything around the formation and the child goes pitch black, almost as if like a sphere of it has just suffused them completely.
So it's not the same thing as your terrifying story.
It's a new
Can the
thing.
formation see anything within the darkness?
The formation can see nothing within the darkness. To that point, everybody, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
God.
I still have not rolled this. Out of all the rolls I've done, I've not rolled a single thing with more than one digit on it on a d20 today.
But that means you're going to have some really good rolls coming.
Yeah, you're
soon.
building up.
Yeah.
Day is not my day.
Oh, but it's somebody else's day, like mine. Oh, sweet! Oh, I'm counting it off the thing because I liked what it was. All right, so anybody for these... Anybody over a 20 on their initiative rolls? What do we got, Lumen?
23.
23. Love it. Anybody 15 to 20? Oh. Delightful.
15.
15. 15 for old Findon. And actually, a Whisper.
15.
Whisper's a 17. 15 for Findon. Great. Okay, in that case, we'll start going. V, what do you have?
5.
V has a 5. Oh.
Leave me alone.
Sorry,
what?
I have 14.
14. You were just out of the area where I was asking. That is Teleportia. And then Armament, what do you got?
11.
11. All right, cool. So, the first thing that happens. What is V's armor class?
God damn it.
Is it
Where is it on this page?
It's up near the top.
Oh, duh. It's different in 15. It is 15.
It is 15. Great. With a 15, despite rolling at advantage, V, you feel your formation, like, impacted by something. And can you make a wisdom saving throw as your formation has been killed?
Ooh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Plus
so
10, 30.
You are not stunned. You're like, oh, you're still in it, but you feel that your formation was just shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of you hear kind of like the child screaming, and you hear like a combination of a splash meets a kind of like sucking sound of mud. So within that darkness, you think the child has fallen back down.
And we, when the child came out, we just saw basically for a moment a child just kicking their legs free of anything, just dripping blood kind of thing.
Seemed to be kicking.
Okay.
Kid was being pulled out, but as soon as the child got out, it was surrounded by darkness. And then you heard kind of like a whiffing sound, and then actually, this will just be. No, this will be there. None of you see this individual, so. Oh, that's great. I'll do it as a 6 though, because you also have your other friend there, don't you? Okay, sorry everyone. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she's 6. So Findon, that's not a great choice for me. I have rolled a nat 20 on this. An
That will hit.
arrow comes sailing out of the woods, out of like the dark of the woods, impacting you, dealing. I don't want to roll another 2. 2, so that's 11. I rolled a 2. 3 of them were 2s. I rolled 3 2s and a 7, so it's 13 plus. So it's 7. So that's a crit. 17 points of damage to you.
Okay.
As an arrow sort of hits you, and then you kind of hear like
Regular old arrow.
It was a regular arrow. Wasn't tipped with anything. Wasn't anything fun for me. No, it just impacted you. So you kind of like, but it. You might have even seen it and been like, it's just an arrow, and then it like really hit home. But you're like, it's just an arrow though, whatever. Cool. So that is, and then you maybe notice some sort of shuffling around, but Armament, you definitely saw a shape for a moment, but I guess I should actually technically roll it. Yes, you then, with your 22 perception, you saw a shape, but then the shape seemed to kind of just, like, disappear back in the trees, and you do not know where that figure is. Lumen, you are up next. So what you see is, and I think you are pretty trained to recognize this, about 40 feet away from you, there is a sphere of magical darkness into which that has been cast around where a formation was grabbing the kid and is still sort of over where the kid has seemingly fallen back. Because you have pretty good perception, so you think the kid fell back in there.
Okay. I will let everyone know that.
Okay.
Specifically, they'll all be talking to Teleportia. Did I see where the arrow came from?
You did see roughly where the arrow came from. You could, I will say it's so kind of like dense and crazy, you could use your action to make a perception check to see if you can spot whoever that is, but it's not you. It's not just a free action for this. It's like you might have to like move slightly or kind of do a little more, spend a little more of your time on it.
Perception
Would be a perception, yeah.
or investigation?
It would be this would be perception. This is just seeing where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make a perception. You can maybe shout it out to people, whatever.
Okay. I'm gonna use a hero die for advantage.
Perfect.
D4.
So roll the d4. Let's see if you keep it.
Do not. Got a 2.
So it goes.
Okay. Oh, good thing I used advantage. Perception. That is a 23.
23. You just you think this thing must be hiding and you just don't know where it is.
What the fuck? All right.
It's pretty good at stealth. All right. Any movement?
One more question.
Please.
The arrow didn't look like something our friend would have shot at us, would it?
In the sense that it is kind of like Japanese styled, sure, but it does not look like Nightheart's arrows. You don't see like a cool like pink like heart embedded in a gold thing with like black fletching, like which, God, her arrows are fucking rad. Yeah, the back of the arrow, the shaft of the arrow is like a black wood, and it's got black feathers, and it's got like a little like gold ringed pink eye. Yeah, Nightheart's really cool. Anyway, yes, you don't see that.
Okay.
Yeah. A more rustic arrow, it seemed.
And then I don't move or anything because I don't know where to go. So I'll just, I guess I just want to keep an eye out for, I just want to keep listening for sounds of the child and visually for whoever shot the arrow.
You certainly hear the kid still thrashing, but you don't hear the screaming. You are worried the kid might have fallen like
head first.
A head maybe under the water at this point. Okay. So that is your turn. Whisper's turn. Whisper is going to go. Cool. All right. Findon, you are up.
I have
Say-
a few questions.
Please.
Stupid bitch.
So,
That stupid bitch.
is this like a pond? Is there like a shore on our side and a shore on the other side?
Make it
What's
free
it?
nature check.
Oh, that's not the worst. 17.
Yeah, it's like a pond or a sinkhole that got filled in with some kind of sucking sand or whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Here's what I would like to attempt to do. I would like to, and you can let me know if this is even possible within the realm
I
of
will.
my powers.
I will.
I would like to basically set up a line from one shore to the other where I last saw the kid, just in my, like, right? And I would like to run and do one of these diving through the air, grabbing, turning and shielding with my body for the landing. Can I launch myself with basically enough of a trajectory over it to, like, basically just try to, like, skim the water, grab the kid, and land on the other side?
Oh, that will be hard. You can certainly attempt.
Yeah, is it something that I think I could... So it's something I theoretically could do?
You think it is something you could theoretically do, and you think that the reason it is an unknown to you is because of your just passive perception. You don't know how deep the kid has fallen. You don't know if the kid is like still right. You don't know if it's a simple arm thing. You definitely are comfortable with your athletic ability, but you also know that the kid is within an area of total darkness. So the perception check you'll make will have an incredibly high DC and be at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
All that being said, you believe physically you're more than capable of that.
Then this is what I'm going to try to do.
Okay, cool. So you take a couple steps back, you launch yourself off. I'm not even going to have you make an athletics check. We know you've got that. It's fine. So basically, yes, this is at
Rude.
Well, I'm so sorry. Please roll
Not you. KJ is preempting my failure.
Maybe she's jinxing it.
It's such an important moment.
KJ's like, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put 20 down on him not doing this. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and do this. So if you'd like to make the athletics check just to show off, you are welcome to.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I believe I can jump.
I believe I can jump. Okay. So
Okay.
you
So it's
take
a
a
perception
few
check.
step backs. You go through. You are leaping through. You're just trying to perceive. Your arms are kind of going into this stuff. Go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage.
Yeah, we're gonna use a D4.
I mean, I was like, this is coming for sure. This D4.
Oh, it's a 3.
It is a
To
flat.
start.
It's a flat roll.
Yeah, it's a flat roll, but I don't get it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. We're gonna add hero dice on top of this.
I would. How many are you adding? This is a circumstance
Doesn't
where
matter.
you.
Oh my gosh!
We're gonna use my D20,
Okay.
my D8.
What are a D20 and D8? What are we sitting at already?
Currently, we're at a 22.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not a bad roll.
Okay.
Um,
D20 and a D8 on there. That's all your extra actions or turns. So yeah, sounds good.
yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. Okay, so what did I say? 22, 24. That's a 40.
Oh,
40.
Rolled a 16 on the D20.
That 16 helped you out.
That's beefy.
So yes, you
Is it a
sort of
41?
Yeah,
and so
like
actually
41.
because of this, an athletics check is going to be required. So you launch yourself and you're going through, but you kind of just have this like it's one of those things where you're like, don't look, feel, and you like close your eyes and kind of almost like slide your hand in, trying to kind of like reach out, and you can feel that the kid is like thrashing just a few inches below your reach. So make an athletics check to extend.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna add to that.
What is it right now? Definitely.
Right now,
add
it's
to
a
it.
23.
Okay.
What added my D10 to it as well.
Okay.
27.
27. DC was 20 for that. You're fine. So you reach through. So you've used 4, 8, 10, and 20.
Yeah, I have a 12 and a 6 left.
This is great. The fight hasn't even started. This is amazing. So yeah. But you do, however, reach down and you can feel like, oh, I'm just not quite there, and you're like, your body's flying so fast, but you just kind of, it's almost like you just like dislocate your shoulder as you're just like extending the reach on this, and you just barely like slip your fingers under the kid's tunic or whatever, and just kind of haul out, and you do roll on the outside, kind of just this kid flopping like, kind of, sputtering up the muck from underneath, and the two of you are on the far side.
Okay.
And I will say that is, I think, your turn, unless you have.
I just would just kid sputtering, kid looks alive.
Sure. The kid is coughing, so yes, the kid is.
That's
Coughing's always a good sign because it means they're breathing. It's unpleasant cough, so he's in not the best shape, but he is breathing. Cool. All right, so that is your turn. You are, I will say, you are prone. The kid is prone. They are on the other side. Great. And based on you are still completely in the dark where you are.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Sure.
it seems utterly dark. But the kid is like, you hear the kid coughing and like moving and like you have like a hand on him. Okay, cool. Teleportia, you are up.
Oh, so I don't even get to see him come out, so I can like port a portal so he can come near us.
I'll say, why don't you? What's your perception modifier?
+4.
Okay, with a 14, 40 feet away, you do hear Findon like grunt, and like you hear like an impact, and you hear the kid coughing.
Okay.
I guess Findon, if you want to call anything out, you can.
Oh, then, yeah, I that's a good point. I should yell back, like, I got him.
Got him!
I got him!
On it! Alright, so you do hear that, Portia.
Okay. Am I able to track so I know where to put a portal safely for them?
Ooh, that is an investigation check.
Not
See, I
tracking,
feel bad
damn.
because it's like you're always like, can I do this check? And I'm like, no. And then
Yeah,
and
no,
then
like,
KJ's always
no.
like, is this investigation? I'm like, nah, not this. But what she's doing is investigation.
Alright, well. yeah. I'm gonna use a die.
Cool.
That's what they're there for.
Die. I'm gonna use a 12.
All right, throw it on.
Okay. So that is 21.
A 21 is enough to certainly, like, you don't know where they are, you don't see them, but you seem to, like, see, like, the back edge of stuff, and there's enough light shining that you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna, a 21, you're like, if I just, like, overshoot by, like, 10 feet, it'll at least be over there by them somewhere.
Okay.
So yes, you kind of bonus action, a portal is over there, and you have your action.
Alright. Could I try to do a perception on trying to find who that shooter was?
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, 19. Damn!
No trace.
No!
It's as if he evaporated straight through the walls. All right, armament.
I'm going to like try and fly and zip in that direction of I saw the person or saw that movement.
Perfect.
See if I can
yes.
find them.
So you use your movement to kind of get into the. So basically, what's your movement speed?
I have 60-foot
60.
fly speed, so if they are within range, I'd like to try and get up to them if I can find them.
Yeah. So you go kind of like into the woods, like further to where the last area they were. Now go ahead and make a perception check. Now that you're over here.
No, it's a 21. That probably won't do it.
You got dice. She got dice. She knows how to use them. I really
good.
need ZZ Top to record a version of legs that is dice.
Oh, you missed your shot.
I do. That's true. So no dice. Yes, you
No
do
dice,
not.
no.
You do not see this person. No dice, literally. Yeah, exactly.
I'll take the dodge action.
Excellent action to take.
So,
Wonderful.
bonus action. I will form. Bonus action. I'll just form like it's like a moderately length sword. You know, we're in trees. I don't need something too big to get caught in some trees.
Understood.
And it'll do mystic damage.
Understood. So you're kind of going mystic rather than perfect. So you've got that out. You're kind of ready to go. Perfect. And then V, what would you like to do?
There's no one actively being attacked right now, right?
No, but there is like an active enemy. Somebody attacked two of you. One was you. So like somebody attacked you. And that was their turn, and they haven't had a turn yet.
Oh, I thought it was the force of the... Never mind. Okay.
Oh, no, sorry. You were in darkness, and apparently someone who can see through that darkness just shot you when you were blinded.
I thought it was the darkness that...
Apologies.
Okay,
no, you were hit with an arrow specifically. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. I will split into two more, so V and 2 formations are there.
Okay, so let's... Real quick, some math. You've lost one. You've sent
Yes.
one with Nightheart.
Yes.
Oh, ask me what's going on with that when we're done here.
Okay. I have a little chart on my...
If you're keeping track, great. Continue. Okay, so yes, you have 2 out. What is everybody doing?
just in a circle.
Just taking positions,
around.
just kind of ready to.
Yeah, can I do a perception check to see if any of us can see anything?
Sure.
Do I do 3?
Nah, just roll 1.
Yeah, no. 12.
12. Yeah, you're just like, what is it? What's going on? You don't see anybody. All right, but you have 3 out. Okay. So these
2 out plus V.
So 3 of you were hovering there. Sure.
Yes.
2 out, 3 figures. Okay. So at the beginning of a turn, all right, I'm actually gonna roll. Dan, could you just roll me a D8?
7.
7. Okay, so that's yes. Okay, so basically, you do hear some footsteps. As a sort of like a small figure, just looks like a very like kind-hearted farmer type, but the way this guy is smirking, you know is a bad guy, is carrying a bow and arrow, and is just like walking around like some trees about 15 feet from you, and is like kind of just like takes a couple steps out from a tree, sees you, sort of smirks, and then you kind of see like you notice that this person sees that you're in a very defensive stance, and almost just like the free interaction with the object, just kind of puts this bow over the shoulder, and as you're in actual the way it would look like as you're preparing to rush, this person then flies about 15 feet up in the air, so it's maybe on level with you ish, and extends a hand and blasts this cone of cold that is going to hit you. And what's the range on cone of cold? Yeah, 60-foot cone. It's also going to hit. You don't see this. You just see it kind of a dark circle about 30 feet behind you. But it's also going to hit Findon and a kid. So, as this goes, could you please make, and this person specifically chose this, it is a con save, so your dodging has no benefit therefrom.
Jesus. Oh man. I'm gonna add my D10.
Wow.
16.
16.
Is there...
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna ask, is there any way for me to use a reaction or something to try to roll and take the brunt of it from the kid?
I will tell you what, and honestly, I'm sure your answer to this will be yes. If you are willing to fail the save and take double damage on it, you can completely block the kid.
Yeah, I will forget about my 32 Constitution saving throw, and I will.
You'll just be like, you'll just kind of lean into it and try to completely protect. Very good. I rolled so good on this. On the 8d8. Sorry, and it's casting at a higher level, so I actually need 2 more d8 on there. I'm sorry. That's another 8 and a 5. So that is actually 63 points of damage. So for you, Findon, it is 126.
That is a lot.
I rolled 4 8s in the first thing of it and 2 7s. It was absurd.
That is so much.
Yeah, max is 64. I rolled 50, and then for the extra 2, I rolled an 8 and a 5. That's absurd. 63. So you two are both blasted with cold. And then this figure is just going to kind of, having flown, is just going to kind of fly back around behind another tree, and is just going to do a good old-fashioned bonus action hide. Son of a bitch! Armament, you do know where this person is. This person real smugly just kind of comes out ooh, no arrow, cone of cold, goes around a thing, but you see the back of the bow sticking out from a different tree.
Okay.
Just by 1, they rolled a 21. Anyway, yeah, so you know where they are. All right, so
I'm gonna have some fun on this next turn.
Findon, are you up?
I am.
Okay,
I am.
good. Are you
Not happy,
Is
but
it
I'm
rough though?
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. However, the kid is just like shivering, but took no damage.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh wait, it's not my turn. Sorry, you were just asking.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It is, unless you want to spend a d20 to make your turn. Oh wait, you can, because you saved a kid like an idiot. Lumen, your turn.
So I can't see the guy, right?
I will let you. This time, you can make the perception check as a free action because you fully saw the person cast a spell and then hide. So you're not looking at as wide a kind of area as you were previously.
Yeah. It does. I don't hit 21.
If you don't hit 21, you don't know where
so
they are.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I won't do that. I won't do anything with that. But I saw Findon and Armament take damage.
You did.
Okay. I will. I really should. I'm never gonna remember what each spell does.
I'm sorry. You know what? It's funny because it's thanks to that arrow. That little arrow at the beginning, that wasn't a big deal, but every little bit helps. I'm so ready for Armament's turn. It's gonna be silly.
Okay. So no.
If you have questions about a spell,
I just want to know which one time, like, I guess Prayer of Healing for Findon.
So Prayer of Healing is typically the one that kind of works best out of combat. Am I confused about that?
It takes 10 minutes.
It's like a longer cast time for it.
I read duration is instantaneous, not cast time is instantaneous.
Yeah, it takes you a while to do it, but it kind of heals a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Ugh.
I don't want to be this guy. Technically, you cannot really help Findon because you still can't see him. He's still in the dark.
Oh.
Now, I do think you have some... I think you do have, like, daylight or something. I think we did give you... It's healing plus daylight, I believe we gave you that.
Oh.
So if you...
Yeah, I do have daylight.
You basically, without, like, no contested anything, you can get rid of that dark sphere over there if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I will cast daylight then. And I will healing glow the bonus action to Findon after I see him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'm gonna say in our game you can cast multiple spells on a turn. I don't fucking care. That's great. So yeah, so you put the daylight.
Well, healing glow is a bonus action.
Exactly.
So I thought it was okay.
Well,
okay.
in official D&D, you cannot ever cast 2 spells in the same turn.
This is why I fucking hate spellcasters.
But you guys are
they both require
superheroes.
spell slots, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You guys are superheroes, so you're just here to do it. So yes, so you cast daylight. Do you put it like right where the darkness was? Do you put it kind of because daylight actually has a much larger radius. It's a whole 60-foot thing. So you could even
like in the middle of all this.
Okay, so in that case, you basically put it almost like right where, kind of like a little behind Armament. So that shines up, and Armament, you saw him, but now you definitely see that sort of this hovering figure hiding in the shadows. Findon, the darkness is around. You are covered in icicles, but the kid is under you. And then you feel. So go ahead and roll your healing. You do feel this
I
just imagine I look like McCready at the end of the thing.
yeah, exactly.
7 hit points back.
And 7 hit points back.
You know what you
Sorry,
just put
it's
my
not
health
more.
at, by the way?
What?
49. You called it.
Perfect. So you called it after all. The 49 was relevant. Perfect. Okay, that is Lumen's turn. Whisper's turn. Huh. Interesting. Findon, it is your turn.
Alright, I'll stand up
Okay.
and sort of still, like, holding the kid up.
The kid kind of, like, lets you stand. It's kind of, will be helped up, sure.
and I'll try to just like while looking at them, just sort of like wipe some of the icicles out of my beard or something, and just sort of like try like smile and reassure the kid as I carry them through the portal.
Okay. The kid will let you carry them through the portal, and yes, you are now back over with Teleportia, and Lumen is standing there. V is kind of in a defensive pattern overhead. You were there.
And I'm gonna walk over and to Lumen and just sort of set the kid down and say, they seem okay, but maybe you should look them over.
Oh, I am okay, thank you.
Oh, you can speak English.
Yes, I knew English. Huh. What, I mean, the voice is sort of, what brings you here?
We came here to save a friend.
Oh.
Heard you needed help while we were on the way.
Oh, thank you.
But if you stay safe over here, I think I have to go punch someone.
Oh, yes, okay.
And I'll just, I guess I really don't have any movement left after that, but I'll basically just turn my attention in the direction
you can step back through the portal, so you're on that side of the pond, and that's probably like, then
I'll do that.
Yeah. So you're over there, ready to go again. Great. Teleportia.
Can I do an investigation as if, like, to kind of see if, like, the bog or whatever is still a threat to us?
You can do investigation or nature is probably really what this would be. But I'd let you do your preference between them if they're not the same.
They are probably the same.
Yeah, if you're not proficient in either, it'll be. You know what? Wait, you said you're proficient in survival tracking?
Yeah.
Go ahead and do a survival tracking check.
Yay! That's survival. It's a nat 20.
Yay! So what does that get you to?
Hey!
What does that get you to?
29.
So close. But sadly, you have no idea without a third. No, just kidding. With a 29, with a 29, you look at this bog, and kind of with like the just like wisdom and conviction of somebody who like for fun goes out into the Australian outback for a week with nothing but a knife and a jar. I don't know what you use a jar for, but you do because you're a tracker. But the point is, with that much confidence, you look at this bog and you think to yourself, you know what? If we don't step in that, we're gonna be okay.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like
you're like, this is not a bog that's gonna like come out at us.
Yeah.
But if we go in it, it's gonna pull us down. It's gonna be trouble. But you are like, you're sure of that.
Okay.
All right.
And then I obviously don't know where the person is right now, right?
You don't. But you can make because you won't be able to. This will kind of also be your action. But you can also throw in a perception check to see if you see them.
Okay.
Sometimes I say if you're doing just like a check for your action, I'll let you make 2. It's like, yeah, do a history and a thing. That can be your action. That's fine. You're not running around or shooting anybody. That's fine. What do you got?
It's cool. It was a 7, so I'm pretty sure. Just like, yep, I don't know where they are.
So you are like, you're like, as long as we don't go in this bog, we're fine. Nothing's gonna come out of this bog. Wait a second. What if the guy's in the bog? But yeah.
In the bog, guys.
Hear me out.
It.
A lot.
Solved it.
Got it in one. All right. The moment we've all been waiting for. Armament. 'Tis your turn. You see this person. Now they are lit up, so you fully see them.
So here's what I would like to do.
Yo.
I would like to fly directly over them.
Oh no. Yes.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to form this laser cannon. And I'm just going to let gravity do its thing.
Yes, I'm going to say because you're doing this, I will give you advantage on your athletics check to just kind of like hold it, like to not get blasted back. But you have definitely advantage because you're like, you often do the orbital shoot down to try to avoid this. Yeah.
Great. The 17.
Yes, that is sufficient to kind of just like not be knocked off course as you're just letting it fall properly. Okay.
All right. So first attack.
First attack, because he gets to do it twice. So for those of you who might not know about this, armor allows him to copy weapons. And Dan, one time, had the clever idea, when they were fighting like a giant robot, hey, can I copy that cannon in the robot's hand? And I said, it's going to be hard, but you can. And he did it. So he's got a hand robot. So yeah, what is that to hit?
That's a 26 to hit.
You know what? That hits.
Great, cool. All right, now I get to roll 6d10.
You do get to roll 6d10. Imagine what happens when he crits. I mean, I think you can, is that he rolls double that. That's how the game works.
10, 20, even, so 36 points of damage in the first set.
Oof! If that darkness hadn't been dispelled, it would probably be gone right now.
All right, and then dropping the hammer again.
Yeah, just... And you kind of go up about 10 feet each time.
I wasn't before, but now I'm picturing armament as just like a not blue Mega Man.
Oh yeah, that's
That's an 18. I'm not going to add any dice to it.
You're not going to add dice.
No.
The second shot just blasts a massive hole in the ground next to this figure who, upon taking it, manages to just kind of slightly dodge out of the way.
Cool. I would love to then spend my D8.
Oh, you definitely should. In addition to this, I will say, though, that, and I think Teleportia, you're the one who notices this, a massive hole has just been blasted in the ground, and you see, like, the level of the bog just, like, sink an inch or two as this mud kind of, like, rushes to fill this new hole blasted into the side nearby. So you've extended the shoreline slightly with that errant blast. Go ahead.
That's not an 8 on my D8.
Okay, but you do get to shoot 2 more times instead of 4 more times. Oh, boy. I think I know what he's going to do with his D20 after this turn, by the way. I have a suspicion.
Oh, I mean, when you put that's a 27 hit, so that hits.
It does.
Oh my
Yeet.
gosh.
He may not have to.
35. And then second attack on this extra action. 23 to hit.
Hits.
Yeet. For 30 or 40.
40. Okay.
That's my turn.
I will say on the second of those, there was a sort of like kind of like a grunting by this third blast as kind of like, you know, your eyes clear. And also this is like, it's like this was a dark forest. Now it's bathed in a magical, you know, like spotlight, and you've just lit it up with these like laser punches. You've gained about 40 feet in altitude just doing this. You're almost like up at the buffeting area up there as you're kind of, you know, kind of falling back down in this thing's, oh, of course you do have it out still. So it is pulling you down now that you've, you know, because you've used your bonus action to shift it. So, make just another athletics check. This is a more just like, or no, this is a strength saving throw. Sorry, not
Strength save. Same thing. 13.
13. You manage to like maybe grab onto a tree or something and just kind of wrap yourself so you don't go crashing into the ground.
Right.
By that third hit, though, the figure who you saw, still with the longbow on the back, has turned into a larger, blue-skinned, horned, and monstrous figure with this wild white hair. You are, as I'm sure Dan knew all along, but as kind of even Arva was probably predicting, you are fighting an Oni. A kicked up, not joking around Oni. That is Armament's turn. V, you see an Oni. An Oni has been blasted with a bunch of lasers.
I assume the tree has also kind of been made twiggy.
Yes, there's a tree that is you're holding onto a different tree, but yeah, there's a tree that is just gone. And we'll say it's not only the time that you did the air, and it's also you haven't blasting the ground like around this thing. So there's definitely like a new pool, kind of a little inlet forming in this thing. So yes, V, what would you like to do?
Okay, where is the child in relation to me and the formations?
You and the formations, you guys flew up about 10 feet or so. You said you kind of flew up a little. So the kid's on the ground like 10 feet below you, sort of over by Lumen.
Okay, so V herself will go fly to the kid,
Okay.
and the two formations will Eldritch Blast the Oni.
Okay, sounds good. Take your shots.
Okay. I've got an 18 plus 7.
That'll hit with a 25. And, the
And
other
then
one?
a 9 plus 7. That's a 16.
16 does not hit, but one of them hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's fine. Woo. 10. Ha. Plus 3, 13.
13 damage. Great. Wow. That Oni took some damage and isn't happy about it. Anything else, V?
No.
The kid is down there. All right. Hello, hi, hello. Armament.
Oh.
I'm gonna do it.
But Armament, I need you to not do it because it's about to be
turn.
its turn and it gets to regenerate its health.
That's exactly why I don't want to do that.
I'm not happy about the current situation.
Not a 20. That's okay.
Is it, if you were, can you like Magic the Gathering this and spend D20s in response to other D20s?
Oh, is it on the stack?
Zero stack, yeah.
The Oni's like, then on the stack, I will take my dexterity. And somebody finishes like, then I'll
I
take
guess,
mine.
are any double-digit dice have to be only at sorcery speed?
That's a good point. Well, I actually think it's almost like the opposite of magic. I think whoever says it, they take the turn, and then if somebody else wants to take a turn at the end of that turn, they can.
Great.
So
I'd like
Armament
to
is doing it.
Hammer of Dawn again.
Well, okay, so make another athletics check. This one's not an advantage because you had to like steady yourself a bit.
I'm gonna add my d6 on that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so that's gonna be a 13 again.
13's enough to kind of be in the zone of the thing. You think this thing's AC might be increasing just by like it's gonna get like almost half cover just from the wildness of what you're doing, but nothing absurd.
26.
26 hits regardless of your. You know, you don't have to aim as good when the barrel of your gun is about 10 feet
that
across,
big, yeah.
or 6 feet across, whatever it was. Yeah.
37.
37. Are you just blindingly shooting again?
I mean, do I see it like fall down?
You don't really see anything in like the bright flash of your. I mean, yeah, you see it like you see it like ah.
I mean, if I can't see that, I'm shooting again.
Yeah, go ahead and just shoot. I mean, just
Natural 20, baby.
Okay.
Now use your D12.
Yeah.
I already spent
Oh,
it.
no!
Sadly.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. All
He
right,
could get that
so-
up to what? He could get that to 12d20.
I could get it to 12d20. Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Okay. First batch of rolls.
Send a message.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would kill like his ancestors and everything. Like, destroy that whole line.
You do technically have to do this shot because the creature was still this much alive. But I think he will be doing a little more than the required 8 points.
Yeah. That's going to be 73 points.
Yeah. Almost 10 times. You missed. You didn't quite get there. I was hoping you were going to do 10 times the required damage. Yes, with 73 points, you vaporize this thing. You shoot and there's nothing left but like a tattered kind of robe and like the sort of kind of like the bow is snapped and falls and then a couple bones fall down.
Cool. Then I will dismiss the gun as my bonus action.
And then and now you can fly again.
Yeah.
You're not, tumbling with a
I
massive.
just casually land.
Wonderful. You casually land. It is still bright thanks to Lumen's spell. I think we can go ahead and end initiative at that point. Heroically done, team. You saved a kid. You killed a cool Oni who is the forest, and we made
Shit, did we just kill the forest?
This is the world of darkness. Killing the forest is the point.
Okay.
I mean, you have not. The forest is not dying around you.
Yeah, we're trying to tear it down to make room for cattle pastures.
This is now just Fern Gully.
Exactly.
Oh my god, this is
But we're on the
Lumen's
darkness
time.
side.
Wait, you are. This is the child talking. You are. That is incredible power. This is advanced robotics. How this is an amazing laser that you have used. Who are you people?
We're superheroes.
Ah, yes, I understand. I see. But you are not the Tokyo 10.
No. No. Ha-
No. They might be here though.
Lumen will get down to like the kids' level.
Ah, hello.
Is your home nearby? Can we take you somewhere safe?
Oh,
Or
there
will
is.
you be joining us on our quest to fight evil?
Oh, yes, perhaps you can return me to the world of the living. Yes.
Oh, so then you will be joining us on our quest to destroy evil.
Yes, I will come with you. Yes.
How long have you been here?
I am uncertain of how to answer this question. What is the year where you are?
Yeah, the same year.
Yeah, sure.
2021.
That's a good question. 2021. Oh,
Yes.
a while then.
How
Yes.
long? What's the last year you remember?
1974.
V just looks at Findon.
Yes.
It is okay, young one. It is very easy to make a new life on Earth as it is now.
Yes, I see. Yes. Yes, may I please come with you to be returned to the world of the living to leave this place?
I'm just gonna have a little chat with the team. Can we talk? Can we have a little discussion here?
We cannot leave the boy unattended.
Well, one of the formations flies in and is like, "I will watch the kid."
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh no, I will come with. I will come with.
Oh,
the
we're
group.
just gonna have a chat, just over here, not far. Just guys.
By the
we
time we come back, please have a list of weapons you think you are able to wield.
Yep.
We will find you one.
Do you have any
And then
guns?
she will.
We'll talk about that in just a second. One of the things we're gonna meet about just over there. Okay.
I
And so
understand. Please, you can speak without me. That's fine. And the kid just kind of walks a few feet away and just kind of leans against a tree. Looks pretty nervous in this forest, but will.
How old does the kid look?
Kid looks to be about like 7 or 8.
Okay.
And now he's out of earshot, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't talk loud, it should be out of
Yeah.
earshot.
Okay, so, I understand that we wanted to save a kid, but that is not a kid. That is someone who died a long time ago, and we don't know what the repercussions of taking someone who's been dead for over 40 years back up to the living.
Oh, I don't think we should resurrect the kid.
So what are we saving him from then?
Well, right now, whatever that Oni was doing, drowning him in a bog.
And now he's requested to go back to the living. So what do we do now? Abandon him here?
I mean, if he's dead, this is where he belongs.
But if he's not,
He's dead.
At the very least, he's been here for 50 something years.
You don't
What we
simply
have-
come here for dying.
Okay, then what do people come here for?
If you
Aside from
are-
finding their boss's heart.
If you are slain with the killing stone, if you cross the ninjas of the severed heart, if you engage with various creatures of origin in the Japanese Isles who are tied to this place, this is not simply an afterlife.
What further complicates things?
Oh, forgive me if it wasn't totally. I don't want to be a square. I'm saying, don't
now
take this
I'm
kid
wondering-
anywhere.
it wasn't rad.
It was rad. It was radical, Daddy-O.
Now I'm wondering why Dustin is into you. What is with all this? Never mind.
Matter.
Oh, V. Oh, no.
At the very least,
You're wondering why Dustin is into me. She kind of just like gestures at herself.
at the very least,
Uh,
I don't know.
I
This
just
is
have a quick question because I don't think I understand something completely.
Yeah.
So, there's a young boy, like 7 or 8 years old, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just not doing the voice because it hurts or something? Because it's like, because he's been in here for 40 years. Is he mentally 48, or is it still like an 8-year-old kid in front of us?
Make an insight check for me, Lumen.
Also, he forgot. Kidding.
17.
Definitely speaking, older than he looks.
I mean, you did mention like advanced robotics.
Also, I mean, yeah, you imagine someone
they-
would mentally mature living in this dark ass world. for a
perhaps he
while.
mentally matured, yeah. But you're not sure if he mentally matured. You are it's like there's no, this kid is not talking like a 7-year-old. And the only
Well-
time you've heard the words directly reported were like from Whisper, so you could ask her, but you don't know about like cadence of talking about parents and such.
Well, I'm not sure this is an immediate decision. At the very least, we have a guide. Possibly. If they've been here that long, they might know their way around. Versus us,
Lumen
literally and
will
figuratively stumbling in the dark.
Lumen will ask Whisper that question, like, because if I'm thinking it, Lumen's thinking it. She gets to have it.
Come to think of it, the fear was real, but yes. And then kind of Whisper kind of glances over. And again, I don't think we should take this kid anywhere. But yes, definitely seemed to not be speaking of his parents as a scared child might. His questioning about them was different.
Is he even human?
Whisper kind of like does this with her shades. You see almost like a spell is being cast or something. Oh. Then she sort of smirks. V, he's human.
An
She-
alive human?
Oh yes. He is still alive.
Well, then we need to take him with us.
Cool, Daddy.
I agree.
V, give me an insight. It's well, actually V, or not V. I was gonna say Lumen should, but actually Lumen probably doesn't. Just people are weird. Lumen doesn't have enough suspicion. V, give me an insight because you don't trust this woman.
We're 18 plus insight?
Insight.
20.
Whisper knows something. Whisper just realized something and she's not sharing with the group. I will say with a 20, if you ask her, she'll probably just be like, I've told you. Like, but you know she just realized something about that person and is like, there's some shenanigans.
Whisper.
Yes.
It's fucking glasses.
I know he's human, but is he powered like us? There's something about him, isn't there?
There's something about everybody.
Whisper.
Are we gonna keep going?
Tell me what you saw.
It's kind of offensive when you whisper back to me. You're
Well,
making
you're-
fun of my speech impediment.
You're being Well, you're being offensive by not telling us whatever you saw. I saw that little glimmer in your eye behind your stupid sunglasses.
If these sunglasses are so stupid, then why were they in your vault?
Didn't put them there.
V, stop being offensive.
What? Hey, fine. There's something about that kid. that's maybe not entirely human. He might be like us. I don't know.
As you're kind of talking about this, the kid will sort of say, I am human.
Do you have powers or something?
No, certainly not. Not magic or anything, no. I had some martial training, but...
What kind of training?
Oh, a bit of martial arts, firearms,
What was
self-defense.
He's 7. All that training for a 7-year-old?
Seems appropriate.
Teleportia, do you know of any like weird like happenings in the ninja world that might have occurred in like 1974 that would have led to a kid like this being here?
Oh my god, make a history check. If you get this, you're gonna learn something.
14.
Do you want to throw any?
Add dice.
You want to throw
Throw
any
dice.
dice? You can add as many dice as you want to on
Add all
top.
you got
And I'm
left.
gonna tell you guys it's
Yeah,
920.
I'll do all of them.
I was
Do
gonna
all of them.
actually ask Philip, outside of combat, can I spend a D6 to heal? Okay.
Alright. Mm-hmm.
Throw them
20,
all on.
27, 31, 34, 35.
35. All right, I actually set multiple things for this, and they were all at numbers, so you actually do get one extra bit of information. And it's the kind of the gap that would be hard. You don't get the fullest thing, but you get a thing. The only thing you know about 1974, the only thing that strikes you as interesting about that year, because you've been looking into all of this stuff, is you guys were learning about Kaga Takeshi, who ran the Kaga school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
A notable thing about Kaga Takeshi is that he rose to prominence in the Ashiro group as a young man in 1974 when his father, Kaga Hideki, went missing mysteriously.
Wait, by young man, that doesn't mean child, right? That means like a...
At the time, Kaga Takeshi, he was like for like 25 or so in 74 when he rose to prominence in the Oshiro group. But his father, Hideki, or Kaga Hideki, because you have to say the last name first. Teleportia is really on top of that part. Anyway, Hideki went missing in the year 1974 specifically.
Have we asked the kid his name yet?
She told us this.
Have you said this out loud?
Oh, hell. Well, like, not in earshot with him, but like...
You kind of quietly say all of this.
Hey kid, what's your name?
Hideki.
Your whole name.
Kaga Hideki.
And how old are you?
Well, if it is 2021, I would be technically... Hold on, I'm not good at math.
Old.
98.
Freaking.
Are you aware that you look like a small child?
Yes.
Was something... I understand that people get here in a particular way. Was something additional done to you to...
Yes, many things are done to those who were brought here by the killing stone. My son betrayed me, as I betrayed my own parents. And thus, to my parents, I still appear as a small child. I was forced to continue living with them, you see, for these many years, until they were slain by an Oni and I was about to follow their fate. Does anyone have a gun I can borrow? I'm very
Nope.
good with guns.
Nope. We're just gonna...
None of us actually...
I was never in the Yakuza, but, you know.
What do you know about the Temple of the Sacred Heart? Is that the name?
Temple of the Sacred Heart, the Order of the Severed Heart.
The Order... Not good with names or numbers.
Two for 4.
Yeah, close enough.
Her Lady of Perpetual Severed Heart.
Whoo!
That one. What do you know about that?
Yes, an ancient order, revitalized at times. My son was very interested. I believe his involvement with those beginning that organization is what brought me here.
Do you know where they keep the hearts?
Oh. Perhaps I will let you go on your way. That's
Well,
fine.
don't you owe us a little bit of help, Grandpa?
You should respect your elders.
Well, you don't look a day over 7, so.
Thank you. It's just careful diet and exercise. I do know where they keep the hearts.
Oh, I understand your joke.
Is that unusual?
She's getting used to human humor. You're doing a great job too, Lumen.
This is a terrible idea.
I'm not saying we should take him with us, Whisper, and if you would have been more help in the beginning.
You asked me to help you rescue Shinobi Red's heart. This was not on the spine of that mission.
Okay, well, I agree with that, but now we've got a resource, so just Findon, what are we gonna do with him? This is your little jaunt out into the woods.
I don't understand why you're so resentful of this whole situation.
I am very appreciative
You wanted
that you rescued
to
me.
come down into this land to save Shinobi Red.
Yes, and now we've taken a detour. Now we have a little old man
Who knows where that is?
who may or may not be trustworthy, who betrayed his very own parents.
If I can just go back to the world of the living, whether I am 50 or 7 in the form is fine by me. I will happily guide you there. I do not wish to enter that temple, that fortress.
As long as you take us there, that would be more than enough.
Lead us there, and you can be on your way.
Well, we should leave this forest then, and go back to the main road.
Right.
So for Lumen, that's just, if you were looking for some vindication, there you go.
Lumen does not seek it, but KJ appreciates it.
So with that, as you all kind of, as you all cut out from this, I'm going to cut back to Nightheart and a formation. And Nightheart will do what she does every 10 minutes or so. What are they doing now?
They have a very young old child with them. It's very hard to explain. He was stuck in a bog. There was it's hard to explain. Even though I'm seeing it, I can't quite.
What is his? Has he said his name?
What's his name?
Oh, Kaga Hideki.
Kaga Hideki. And apparently that is very important to something happened in 1974. What?
Oh, we need to bring him back. He's a
Where?
little boy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like 7, 8?
Oh, oh, we should bring him back. I bet he knows where some of that money is.
We're not looking for money. Well, okay, fine, you are.
You all aren't looking for money. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Well, fine.
Speaking of which, if you're going to follow me, it's about to get very dangerous.
Well, I should warn you, I don't have the same constitution as V, so I will help all I can, but I'm not making any promises that I will stick around for a long time.
Understood.
If you could try to protect me, that would be great.
Protect you?
A little bit.
No, what you're saying is you can probably only trigger one trap for me.
I will not be doing that.
Well, I'm going to need someone to.
Unless...
Should we go find more children who are old men?
No. Okay, hear me out. I help you trigger the traps. You give V some money. Not a lot. Just a little bit.
Now we are talking.
Fair enough.
You know, if more superheroes were like you, I think the world would just make a little more sense. All right. Now Now, you can't see it. Do you see the building there? You won't be able to see it. Can you see it?
No.
Exactly. Do you know why?
Magic.
Sort of. It's upside down.
What?
It's below.
Oh. Underground.
Sort of. This is the upside down pagoda.
Okay. Are we going in?
Well, I am. And you are until you know.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Now listen.
What?
At some point I'm gonna have to kill you because I can't have the other you knowing specifically where I'm going in here.
Well, now we know we can't, trust. Well, okay, never mind. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Thank you. But if this works, I'll take you guys back whenever. And if it's gone, I'm killing so many people down here.
Not us!
No, not you. You have nothing to do with it. But I'm getting my
Okay.
heart back. And with that, she steps forward. And you...
Oh, I
after?
follow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I thought that was weird. And
And yes, and last night in our Star Wars game, Lauren discovered player ending, which is where the player just wants the session to end. He goes, end, session over.
because I said a really cool line.
Yeah,
and I
it's
didn't
over.
know
It's
what
over.
else
We're
to
done.
say.
All right. So, well, with that, yes, we will cut there with a little scene of the formation and Nightheart's show. What? Nightheart's looking for her heart? Huh? There's a little boy who's an old man connected to things, and I was kind of shocked at how long nobody asked his name. What? Crazy. I wasn't gonna reuse the snare thing. I thought
I
it
was very concerned.
thought it was a fun. That was just kind of like a little Easter egg to mess with you two.
You did best.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
Well, everyone.
Oh, everything here is an Easter egg to mess with Dan and I.
That's basically true. Well, everybody, this was so much fun. Thank you all so much for playing and watching and rating and having us on in the background. If you like what you saw here tonight, you need professional help, but also check us out on Fridays when we play a very dark horror game. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say there is a extreme content warning on that game. Please take it seriously. Sometimes I do messed up stuff. Sometimes the players do very upsetting things. So that is a horror game called Blood from a Stone on Friday nights at 7:30. It's intense. On Sunday nights at 7:30, we have a Star Wars game. It's called Smuggler's Reverse. A couple of the people here tonight are on that, and so far if you are enjoying that, you can also go to our Discord, join our Discord if you're not there. You can download 2 tracks by Denki and the Hyperspace Dream. He's a Glimphid, and they're preposterous looking. And we've made some original music for him, and we've put it on our Discord because I'm a weird kid. I should show. I think I can pull up the person who plays that, Jeremy. He both sang on the track and drew the cover art, and I have to say that his drawing of his character is, what's the right term? Disturbing. Here's Denki and the Hyperspace Dream right there.
Oh my goodness.
The hip bone of this
ambulatory
alien
seahorse.
Yeah, they're Glymphids. His hip bone really looks like a dick or something. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway,
I thought it was like popping his butt back.
I think that is the idea. But yes, they're a seahorse. Like they were one of the pod race aliens way back when. But we have 2 songs from that, and there's going to be some more coming because we're both sick people. So check that out on Sunday nights. We also put up the rules for that game if people care about boring stuff like that. And then on Mondays, come back here for more Topflight in a land of in a Japanese world of darkness as they try to rescue a ninja named Shinobi Red. Also, if you want to read a book set in that horror one, I should have done that when I was talking about the horror one. Also on our Discord, you can download A Taste of Paradise, which is a very spooky novella set in the world of that game. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff.
It's rated R.
The book is rated R. That is true. And it gets, sometimes you might be reading it like, this isn't that violent, but then it's going to get real violent. Anybody else have anything they'd like to say or plug or call to action?
I will do the same thing I did last night, just for this audience as well. Currently, there is a petition going on at change.org. I will post the link right now, should anyone want to sign this. There is an uptick in hate raids happening on Twitch right now, where basically marginalized creators, particularly black streamers, are being sort of just attacked with hate. Change.org is a very flawed platform, but it is a way to let Amazon know that we are there. You should sign the petition. You should never give Change.org money. But, it's a flawed system, but it's something that we can at least do something to let them hear us. That's all.
Very good. Dan, did you have a thing? I thought you you were just cool.
I was just, if you really,
yeah.
if it gets you watching Blood from a Stone and you like this show a lot, just know that technically that's part of this world too.
That's true. Blood from a Stone. We did reveal that last week.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Blood from a Stone is all because somebody couldn't keep her mitts off a doll.
I just don't show me cool things if you don't want me to mess with them. It's not my fault.
No, that's the premise of a museum. What are you talking about?
Okay, but I work at the museum.
You decide your actions, though.
But
doesn't
you are describing like the pre-Me Too producers playbook, which is, hey, don't show me cool things if you don't want me to mess with them.
I like the idea that V doesn't understand why she keeps getting kicked out of museums. Like, she just doesn't get it. Like,
I thought I was supposed to ride the T-Rex skeleton.
If you didn't want me to lick the Mona Lisa, why did you put it there only behind all of those velvet ropes? Don't you know I can fly?
And the glass panes.
Yeah, don't you know I'm strong enough to break glass?
Her grandma had to stop taking her because she'd split and just run through the museum.
Yep. It's fun to play games with friends. Maybe I'll experience it someday. For the rest of here, I want to say goodnight to everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and have a top night. Bye-bye.